Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Let's check on audio before we get everything going. How's audio? Sounding good. Should have been fixed before now. I made sure it was on the default setting. Hey, what's up, Oscar? How are you? And I see we got Miss Zena in the building. Yeah, this was a random pop-up. I kind of go with, kind of how I'm feeling. And so I've been looking at a few cases. This is going to be hopefully a semi-quick pop-up live. I just want to bring a couple of things to light that I see no one talking about. I am going to start off with a video of a incident that happened this month. Oh, not this month. This happened at the end of April. And we're just going to come up with how many, not only children, but people were losing to eat, like things that could be avoided. Car accidents. Pay attention when you're driving. I mean, people are on their phones, watching movies. I literally seen a lady next to me just watching movies with her kids. They're laughing about it. Cars are beeping. Like, we know that there's not supposed to be cameras in the front. I mean, videos going on in the front. It's okay in the back seats, but not in the front. And so people are getting away with that now because, you're able to have your phone there for navigation purposes and things like that. But now we got people watching full-on TV shows. That's not the case in this instant. They're looking for this driver that hit and ran from this family and a little girl. So I'm going to bring that up. This is not our main topic, but just wanted to shed some light on it. And I will be showing a couple of missing posters as well. So here this is. Let me pop this up before. You guys, this is for research purposes, information purposes. I will put the trigger warning up for some of these topics that we'll be talking about today. And here's the copyright disclaimer, because they are, pretty sad events. So here's this one. Make sure. So yeah, I did pop up.
A driver striking the family Wednesday night and then taking off.
Both parents were also left with injuries as police try to track down that driver. Local 10's Rosh Lowe has the exclusive.
It was absolutely heartbreaking to witness this father return to the scene, a scene where he was injured, his wife was injured, and his 2-year-old daughter, Maritza, was killed. He is hoping that whoever is responsible for all this pain is caught. It's your first daughter?
Yeah, and then he has only one. He has only one daughter. Look,
the pain is just too much for this father. Mickelson Sheridan breaks down in tears, returning to the scene of a hit and run that left his wife in the hospital. He was in the hospital, and his 2-year-old daughter, Maritza, is dead.
I want the person who did that. He has to report himself to the police.
Police say it happened when...
It's just sad that a person, a human being, could actually just hit this family, hey Jocelyn, and keep going. Taking the little baby's life. You've seen the mother there. And he's going back to the scene and has to relive this whole thing. And this person is just out there with nothing to say. I mean, this is just, it's sad. If it's an accident, it's an accident. But now that you hit and ran, it's going to make it way bigger than it needs to be. Let's continue.
Wednesday night around 9:30, Mom, Dad, along with their 2-year-old girl, were walking westbound on Northwest 116th Street. They were crossing Northwest 12th Avenue. An unknown car going north struck them. That driver fled after the crash.
No, sorry. He doesn't know what is the color of the vehicle. You know how many people who go to the
No, yo no sé, solamente.
They can hit them and
He doesn't know.
the driver take off.
If you have any information on this case, if you know who did this, pick up the phone, call Crime Stoppers. In Miami-Dade, that number is 305-471-TIPS. In Northwest Miami-Dade, I'm Rosh Lowe, local.
So, yes, if anybody, I mean, even if it looks suspicious, because if this person, I wish he kind of knew what color the car was or anything like that, because then you could kind of look out for, damage on the car, because I'm pretty sure if the mother is in that condition, the baby is gone, there has to be someone out there that's seen something or sees new damage on a vehicle that was not there. So we got to come together. And here's another clip for the father. And if this father hurting like this and no one can come forth, I just don't understand where's the humanity, because this is devastating. Here we go. Let me add this to the stream, and I'll take. Here we go.
Only here at Local 10 new emotional reaction after a deadly hit-and-run crash this week in Northwest Miami-Dade. A toddler was killed after a driver struck a family crossing the street. Local 10 News reporter Rosh Lowe joins us live, and he has an exclusive interview with the father of that toddler. Rosh.
I want to begin this noon by saying this. This family desperately needs the public's help. If anyone knows about this hit and run and who did this to this family, please call Miami-Dade Police. This was beyond heartbreaking today. To stand here and witness a dad return to the scene where his wife was hit, where he was hit, where he lost his only little girl, his 2-year-old child, really shatters his heart. I'm so sorry for what you're going through.
I know the dad is trying to be consoling and saying, don't cry, don't cry. But not only are you injured, you completely lost your only little girl. And her mother's in the hospital as well. And whoever did this, say something. Show some type of compassion.
I am so sorry for what you are going through.
That's his first daughter.
Look at her,
Your
y'all.
first daughter?
Yeah, and then he has only one. He has only
One daughter.
The pain is just too much for this father. Nickerson Sheridan breaks down in tears, returning to the scene of a hit and run that left his wife in the hospital. He was in the hospital, and his 2-year-old daughter, Maritza, is dead.
I want the person who did that, he has to report himself to the police.
Police say it happened Wednesday night around 9:30. Mom, Dad, along with their 2-year-old girl, were walking westbound on Northwest 116th Street. They were crossing Northwest 12th Avenue. An unknown car going north struck them. That driver fled after the crash.
No sabe. Con el color del auto, yo no
So he
sabe.
doesn't know what is the color of the vehicle. You know how many people?
So at 9:00 at night. So I'm wondering if anybody's in this Florida area, is it dark right there? Because that could have been it, but still, you do not continue to go. You just don't. And in these areas, because I know around where I live, it's really, really dark. And as you go down, it's like you're going down the hill, so you can't really see, and it turns. We need to start speaking up and saying, hey, no, we need some lights on these corners. This is...
No, yo no sé, solamente.
Nothing. They can hit them and then the driver take off.
I'm so sorry for what you're going through, okay? And we're going to try to help and find whoever did this. This is a big challenge for Miami-Dade police because they don't even have a vehicle description. So if you know who did
cameras,
this, please pick up the phone, call Miami-Dade Crime Stoppers. This number is 305-471-TIPS, and this father is absolutely shattered. You saw there in the interview, he could barely get the words out, but he did want this story out because he does want some closure to know who did this.
Come on, y'all.
This little girl. Much more for you later today. For now, I am live in Northwest Miami-Dade. Rosh Lowe, local 10 News.
Rosh, just simply.
So if you were unable to hear it the first time, I seen that you guys said there was some echo going on. This is a family that was trying to cross the street. I'm not sure of where they were going. And this driver just comes out of nowhere, crashes into the entire family. All three of them were hit. The little baby girl's gone. The mother's still in the hospital. And he got out the hospital trying to tell this story so people can speak up and bring this little girl and her family justice. So, yeah. So the topic that I wanted to talk about was not only drinking and driving, but drinking all in itself. And there was a young lady, we're going to get to that story second, but how it's going to all come full circle is that we're talking about alcohol and how it can affect, you can be having fun one moment and boom, a life is gone. So we will be talking about DJ D Baby. A lot of people are saying that there was foul play in this situation. And for some reason, I'm just not playing it up to be that way, but I don't know. It said that she fell from the 13th floor to the 9th floor pool deck after a night of drinking with her and her girlfriend in the room. So we're going to get to that. But before we get to that, this may make you guys a little bit upset. I'm just upset that this mother is not trying to take responsibility for her drinking, driving, speeding on the freeway, crashing in to the center divider, spinning to where she says both of her kids didn't fly out of the car and they did have on their seatbelts. But according to what the investigators are saying, neither one of them had on their seatbelts. The 2-year-old nor the 3-month-old, which is in critical condition right now with a skull fracture and bleeding on the brain. And she's saying he was in his car seat and buckled. They're saying, yes, he was in the car seat, but the car seat was not buckled down. And I know there's sometimes when you're in a rush, you're just trying to get him in the car and, I'm just going down the street. No. Buckle it in the car. If you have to have it already buckled in from when you take it to, they do it for you at the hospital before you even leave the hospital. This is a 3-month-old baby. They lock it in correctly and they make sure it's in there and they make sure you have the proper car seat and everything. I remember that from when I had my son, and that was 6 years ago. So here is the event that happens, and then I'll let you guys see what the mom is saying. And her family is saying, we have been telling her about her drinking and driving, just all the alcohol use with these two children. And she's blaming the family, but no, who I don't know. You guys tell me whose fault you guys think this would be. I also have a poll on the community tab. You guys tell me. So here's the description of the event, and then we'll hear the grandma, and then we'll hear the mom. Here we go. Full screen.
Brand new information tonight in a tragic crash last night on the Southfield Freeway.
Happened a little before 9 in the northbound lanes just past I-94. Tim Pamplin has the update.
Highway deaths on Michigan roads are up dramatically year over year. And the death last night of a little 2-year-old girl reminds us that we have to buckle up. Our most precious cargo. It was last night along the Southfield Freeway. A mother, suspected to be drunk, got into a crash with another vehicle. In the back, her 2-month-old and a 2-year-old. The 2-year-old girl was ejected. The 2-month-old
3-month-old.
Now in critical condition. Again, you have to have these youngsters strapped into child seats and booster seats. We called around this afternoon. Auburn Hills Fire Department offer the service to residents, as does Sterling Heights in Macomb County and the Livonia Fire Department in Wayne County.
It has to be done correctly. We see about 98% of seats come in are not installed correctly, and we help out the parents and grandparents.
Again, if you're having concerns about how to install the child seat.
So that's what I was going to say. So even if not the hospital, you can take your car seat, the car seat, whatever, to a fire station, and they will properly install the car seat how it's supposed to be buckled through the back or the front, depending on rear facing or front facing car seat, and they will help you out. Just leave that one buckled in. Check the buckle before you leave. Just don't even unbuckle it. Leave it in the car, have a separate whatever you want to have your child in, and leave that one in the car. So we don't have to worry about, I didn't buckle it in properly, or he was buckled in, but no, it's just not an excuse.
Check in with your local fire department. They might be able to help. But to recap, a 2-month-old in critical condition and a 2-year-old dead after being ejected from the mother's vehicle. Please buckle those children up. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Okay, so that was the quick saying of what it is. So here's the grandmother speaking on it. And I got to give this grandmother some props because she's not trying to sugarcoat it for her daughter. She's being real. She's not trying to blame everybody else. I believe, in my opinion, this young lady has had some substance abuse issues and her family's fed up. So here we go. Let me add this to the stream. And I'm going to drop the link right before I go into D-Baby. So here we go, y'all. Copyright disclaimer. Make sure I toss that.
It's just terrible. We're talking about a 2-year-old little girl, Vanessa, who was killed in this crash. Her little brother, just a baby, still in critical condition. Their mom was the one driving, and family tells us she was drunk driving with these kids.
Vanessa was my chocolate drop. That was my baby. I can't even say it. That was my baby.
And this sweet girl's death could have been prevented.
I blame my child 100% for it.
100%.
How hard is that as a mom to say that?
It's a mom being real, and the mom ain't sugarcoating.
Tammie Ross says her 30-year-old daughter, Nyasia, was drunk behind the wheel of this van Wednesday evening, heading northbound in the Southfield at Outer Drive. She was driving fast, hits another car in the right lane, and careens all the way to the median, crashing. Vanessa was killed, and 3-month-old Raylon was thrown from the van.
I hope that I don't be getting hit with a double whammy and lost 2 grandkids. I'm praying for Raylon.
Raylon is in critical condition with a skull fracture and brain bleed. He was in a car seat, but not strapped in. Vanessa was not buckled at all.
Keep your child in seat belts,
Yeah.
car seats, whatever they supposed to be, and don't even drive drunk with your kids. It ain't worth it.
Poppy Shirley is the kid's aunt and says their mom was driving drunk. She's an alcoholic who this family tried to help over and over again.
She always make it seem like we a bad family when we not that. We ain't no bad family. We look out for her.
Nyasia, the kid's mom, has already been in trouble for drunk driving before. Right now, she's not in police custody, but will likely be.
So she's not in police custody. She's been in trouble for drink driving before. So this ain't the first DUI. Does it take for you to kill someone, injure someone, kill yourself, now kill your kids to realize I'm getting in this car drunk? I know I shouldn't be. You know, you can hurt other people on the road. Let's continue.
Be charged.
We'll hear from the mom next.
And she could be mad at me for saying it. She should be.
As we said, no charges against mom at this point. Michigan State Police say they're waiting on a toxicology report before they can pursue charges. Jessica Duknak, Fox 2 News.
And so, with that being said, it's crazy how she hasn't been charged yet. But right in front of my house, I don't know if some of you guys remember, a month or two ago, were we in here? No, I was speaking to a subby, and we just hear boom, my house shakes and everything. A lady's coming up the hill, broad daylight, hit a parked car, and my car has been hit twice parked. The neighbors has been hit once, and now this is the second time they have someone visiting, and it was a first Monday, so no cars were supposed to be there. He happened to get a ticket in the morning because of street sweeping. So he just left his car there. But if he had moved his car, she wouldn't have ran into it. She ran into it. I have the pictures and the videos. I'll show that probably to you guys on another live if you guys remind me. But she literally hits the car, broad daylight, drunk, flips. Her whole front axle is messed up. She's trying to drive off with all her might. So I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? And she's speaking Spanish like she didn't understand, but she understood. So when I'm telling her to get out of the car because she couldn't move and there's like buses and everything coming down the hill, she's like, no, she's trying to start her car up. The police is pulling up. She's like trying to pull off. So because she couldn't, because she was going to try to hit me so she can get away. But I'm telling her, you have alcohol in the front. She got the bottles of alcohol, the little shot vodkas sitting all right there. She had a whole bunch of empty ones in the back. They took over 2 hours just taking pictures, getting information, waiting for, before they even gave her a breathalyzer or the walk test. And I was able to get some of that video. But I'm like, they let her alcohol level go all the way down. And they even told us, they were like, honestly, we can do the paperwork, take her down there. But she may not even get charged. She could get off on that if she gets the right lawyer. So what we see on TV where it's kind of like you get locked up and this and all that, the officer was like, no, there's a whole process before, we could even take anybody into custody or anything like that. But since she had damaged and stuff like that, since the mom was there, they said they have to do an examination on the toxicology. But I'm like, drinking and driving, DUI, you took her down there. You guys didn't see how much alcohol was in her system. But anyways, I mean, let's hear the mom, since she still does not want to take responsibility for the loss of her child and the critical condition that her 3-month-old is in currently. Here we go. Let me pop it up right here. Started from the beginning.
Mother is killed and an infant is in critical condition after a horrible car crash.
Their mother is accused of being drunk behind the wheel, but tonight she defended herself at a vigil for the children. The crash happened Wednesday night on the Southfield Freeway at Outer Drive. We're told a 2-year-old named Vanessa was not wearing a seatbelt and was thrown from the vehicle. Her brother, Raylon, just 3 months old, was also injured. Police tell us he was in a car seat, but not strapped in. He has a skull fracture and a brain bleed. Tonight, the child's distraught mother held a candlelight vigil.
I love my kids, and this was a honestly mistake. And for them to say that Raylon flew out the window, that's false. Both of my kids had on their seatbelts. Both of them was in a car seat. When I hit the wall, that's how one of them flew out. And
y'all tell me.
I'm so numb.
Who's responsible?
I don't even know how to feel. Because I never would have thought that I'd be burying my baby at 2 years old.
Poole's mother tells us Poole has struggled with alcoholism and has been in trouble for drunk driving before. Michigan State Police say they are waiting on a toxicology report before pursuing charges.
So there you have it. They're waiting on toxicology before they bring any charges. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. What do you guys think should be her consequence? One. But first of all, do you think she's responsible, or who's responsible in this case? Oscar says losing a kid is a pain that a lot of people just won't ever understand. Yep. A pain that never ends, believe me, LaKendra says. You guys, yes, but if they're saying she has had issues with this prior, why does it take this? And then this is a mistake. Speeding was the mistake. Maybe hitting the wall. Of course, you don't want to hit the wall. But you made the conscious, or whatever. You made the decision to drink. You made the decision to then get in the car with your kids. You made the decision to either the 2-year-old, I'm pretty sure she still needed to be in an actual car seat, buckled into the car, as well as the little one. So then who's responsible? You are responsible because you are the parent. That's what LaKendra says. The lack of accountability these days. Yes, so if you look at this, this is what a skull fracture is on an infant. Is it up there? There we go. Skull fracture. What happens if a baby has a skull fracture? An infant skull fracture symptom ranges from mild to severe and debilitating. They include irritability, crying, lethargy, swelling, or a depression in the head, and seizures. Noting the signs and symptoms of an infant skull fracture is essential for early intervention and treatment. So I'm pretty sure he got early treatment in this situation because it was right after the accident. They got the baby and took him. But you can see, even though these kids are in those little car seats, that's not going to fully save the child. And for a kid to fully be ejected out of the vehicle, what kind of car seat were they in? Because she says they were both in the car seat and both strapped in. If a child has hit their head, signs of a fracture include a lump or dent on the head, bruising and swelling on the head, headache, confusion, disorientation, dizziness, nausea and vomiting, loss of consciousness, clear fluid or blood running from ears and nose. Yikes. So I was looking up in 2022 the drunk driving statistics. It says alcohol is the leading cause of traffic fatalities. Drinking and driving kills 28 people a day in the U.S. About one person every 52 minutes, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. That is more than 10,000 lives lost each year due to drinking and driving. A driver is considered legally impaired when their alcohol blood concentration measures 0.8 or higher. The number of drinks it takes to reach a blood alcohol level largely depends on gender and weight, but the average is 2 to 3 drinks, a standard pours for an adult. Alcohol severely hampers the driver's ability to safely operate a motor vehicle, impairing judgment and causing slow reaction time. So that is possibly what could have happened. We don't know how much alcohol she had in her system. Could have been dozing off, wake up, try to overcorrect, spin out of control. We don't know. You guys seen the bruising on her face. The consequences can be deadly, which is why it is illegal to operate a vehicle while under the influence of alcohol in all 50 states, Washington, D.C., and Puerto Rico. So it goes on to give a lot of different, statistics and things like that. It's just, y'all, we got to get it together. So I will be updating you guys on that if there are any updates that they put out. Right now, they're still doing their investigation. So I did want to talk about, before I wrap this up, DJ D baby. Here's a picture of her and her mother. Here's a picture of her as well. Like, bright-spirited young lady. I believe she was 23 years old. I mean, baby was doing it. Doing it. So supposedly, this happened on the 4th of July. Her and her girlfriend were partying and drinking and things like that. And I don't know if her girlfriend stepped out the room and came back into the room, but she says that before she was even able to grab onto DJ D baby, she was on the balcony and went to stand up on one of the pieces of furniture and fell over the balcony from the 13th floor onto the pool deck on the 9th floor. Her girlfriend goes on to explain, like, just seeing her, it was like kind of slow motion as she's seeing her get onto the furniture, inebriated. By the time she gets to her, she's already falling. She hears, her screaming and hitting the bottom of the pool deck. Some people are saying there was foul play, but even her family is like, I'm not even going to think about that. A lot of people are just like, there's no reason to even think that. I'm going to bring up her, allegedly this is her page. This is the page that, I was sent. This is her girlfriend. Right here. And I mean, there's no speak of any argument or anything that went on. It was an honest mistake that she made that night, stepping onto that furniture after having so many drinks. So I don't want to say her name wrong. Nishia Jackson, I believe is how you pronounce it. But this is DJ D baby right here. We celebrate you. It's going to be an all pink attire. It was for her, it's today. Her celebration and things like that. Her father even said, me at the age of 52 hasn't even done a lot of the things she has done. She's been living it up, had a huge career, ahead of her. And so I'll show you some pictures of her girlfriend and her. I believe this is the girlfriend. So, everybody's sending out their love. Sorry for your loss and things like that. So it's just sad, but they're going to celebrate her. Hopefully we can get some video of that. I do want to, I do have her source listed in the description box, so you guys can go ahead and take a look at that. But I want to show some memories of DJ D Baby. And you guys can see how like fun and spirited she was. She, you know, was deeply in the scene in Houston. So many people had so much positive things to say about her. This is thanks to this YouTube page, Trending. Here, let me show you guys right here. Right here, Trending Updates. So that's also in the description box below. Oopsie, what did I do? What did I just do? Okay, hold on. Let me redo that because that popped up completely wrong. Stop sharing. Share. Pop that up wrong, or what's going on? Okay, here we go. So we're going to play this once again. Copyright disclaimer. This is just I'm doing my commentary and giving you guys a chance to see.
Y'all see how that wind blowing my hair? It's giving the girls.
Oh.
What's up, y'all? It's DJ D Baby, and you are now
in the booth with baby. Hey y'all, it's DJ D Baby. I'm back again with another vlog. I'm on the way to Dallas to go DJ. Shout out Cozy. And we about to tee up, so we just getting started. Well, I'm just getting started. Y'all
Nice
about to see what the fuck going on, okay?
I know people try to holler at you, a DJ, you popping. Like, are you single or what?
Yeah. DJ D Baby officially in Dallas, Texas. Y'all know the vibes. Pull up on me at Table Lounge tonight. Hey guys, it's DJ D Baby. I'm checking in really quick. I'm about to get my makeup done, and I'll tap in with y'all in just a second.
So these are just some memories of her.
Right now, I'm brushing, and I'm there 5 to 8. After that, I'm DJing the Push Ice after party. I do that 10 to 12, and after that, I have a college dinner party from 1 to 4 in the morning. So busy day. I'm gonna show you how party baby. Let's go. Man, say hi there, all the way in Dallas, Texas. I'm amazing. That's bad. You look fucking great. Quit playing. Okay, guys. And Juicy Seafood, waiting to get my food. Everybody was telling me about all these other seafood places to try in Dallas, but they was just like really far. And on top of that, yeah, I was really close to this place, and I looked at the Google reviews. It seemed pretty decent. So we're gonna check in later. I'm gonna drop the details, all of that. I picked out no chaser. Yeah, don't. I don't think that was a shot. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Yeah. She had Alberta, Session 32, and that was some of her prime to me. But over it was definitely her prime. Yeah, you know, because it kept everything. And you can still replay. Like exactly, it's not old. It's not old. That's crazy. They might not allow she might have crazy. She might have really did that. She had to do something. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's 2. You said Bryson Tiller, Summer Walker. You got 3. Okay, guys, I'll be back. Oh yeah. Y'all not fucking weird. Can I get the water chicken kids meal, please?
So yeah, that's on trending and updates, and they have some other little videos as well. There's another site. It's called let me get it for you. I know it's BETX. They also have some videos of her and tributes and things that they're doing. I do want to see what they're gonna do. I hope they have videos of her party tonight, and I will keep you guys updated on that. What's up, 420? Can't hear you. What's up? How you been?
Shit, chilling.
Chilling. Have you heard of this DJ?
Nah, I haven't.
She was like a popular DJ in Houston, and a lot of people are saying there's foul play, but even her family is like, no, we don't want to even get into all of that nonsense. Supposedly her and her girlfriend were like partying on 4th of July. She went to step up on some furniture on the balcony, and before she could get to her, she fell from the 13th floor to the 9th floor on the pool deck, and done. So they're having her party and stuff tonight, and I guess we'll just
they're suspecting. You're saying they're suspecting foul play with that?
The parents are like, no, we're not even going to get into that. But you know how people are on social media, and they're going to suspect anything anyway. But there's no say that there was like any fight or anything between her and her girlfriend before this incident.
So does it sound like it's kind of like an accident, like she was playing around and she slipped and fell or something?
Yeah. Yes, that's what it sounds like from what her girlfriend had said and wrote.
Okay.
And so,
damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I believe some shit like that because, I mean, shit, yeah, accidents happen, So, yeah.
Accidents do happen, and people want to make it seem like it's always.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me share this before. This is what the girlfriend says, because everyone was like asking who is. I know I'm not pronouncing her name properly, but okay. So, girlfriend says, where's it at? In here. So her girlfriend, they're part of the LGBT crew scene. She got her beginning in 1997 as a part of a performance group named The Divas. This is her girlfriend. Am I saying her name right? How would you pronounce that? Nishia.
I would pronounce that Nishia.
Nishia, right? Nishia Jackson. She achieved fame by performing with the Divas in some of Houston's largest clubs before becoming a full-time attendant to her mentor, drag performer Cookie LaCook. And Nishia has one child. And she's educated. She has 3 degrees in communication, education, and counseling. So
drag instructor, like male drag.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm believing. That's normally what drag is. So I think she started doing that type of stuff. But yeah, it's just a accident. Look, her career was on the hype until she met her ultimate death following an unintentional fall from her apartment patio weeks ago. So, I mean, it wasn't, what could she have done?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She tried to get to her before. And that's the scary thing as well. Like, I remember living I always wanted to get on the higher levels when I have my apartments and things like that. But I would make sure my furniture, you know, was kind of low. But still, if you stand up on that, if the bar is low enough, you could, be drunk and just fall right over.
Was she drinking?
Yes. It says that she was drinking.
There it is.
So, I mean, it's an unfortunate situation, but I mean, all we can do is like, you know, honor her and things like that. Yeah. Jennifer says, jealousy possibly, but from who? Her girlfriend. I showed her her, and she was in the scene as well. So I don't know what jealousy could arise from that. Were you able to see her girlfriend's page 420? Okay. So
but it don't sound like none of that. It just sounds like a genuine slipping, like she was faded, having a good time. Maybe she didn't watch her step and she maybe slipped over something and fell, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It says she was getting up on some furniture.
Yeah.
So.
But see, it could have been something like, when they mean like foul play, it could have been something like she slipped over and was like hanging on and somebody was holding her and they just like let her go, where it could have been like y'all could have easily pulled her up, but y'all just let her go. You know, it could have been something like that. They're not saying, nobody's saying nothing like that though.
Yeah, no one's really saying like that. It sounds like she was coming into wherever, you know, the balcony area is in, and she's getting up on there. You know, they could have been hearing music. I don't know. I'm just picturing it how I see it. She getting up on the balcony like, hey, you know, it's 4th of July.
Yeah.
And she just goes over. She even described, like, dude, I had to literally hear her hit the patio. I mean, the pool deck. Damn. So imagine that. And then you have people saying that, you know, you had something to do with it.
How though? How would you have something to do with it unless somebody seen you physically like push this, like charge this woman and like push her the fuck over the balcony or whatever?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Then you would be in jail right now. It wouldn't be no, you know.
It wouldn't be no, we're having her a all pink attire we celebrate she party. Because this is a celebration right here. It's today in Dallas at 11 p.m. So, you know, they partying right now. So it's unfortunate, but everything is not foul play. If there is, you know, I'm facts over everything. So facts over feelings. If it comes out that there are some evidence that there was a struggle going on before, you know, of course her fingerprints are going to be around if it's their apartment. But if there's any, you know, bruising on her neck or, you know, something to show that, which is she's going to have a lot of bruising if you're falling from that high, 13th to the 9th pool deck floor.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
Even if like a motherfucker was like, oh, I seen her going over and I grabbed her arm, but she slipped out my hands, like, that would bruise somebody's hands up if you try to like grip them while they were falling. You know what I'm saying? So they'd be able to see that, like, oh, somebody, she got like some fucking lacerations or some scratches on her hand, like somebody
trying to hold on to her or something like that. So, yeah, I just think it is what it is, and I see it for what it is. Just like the parents, and the parents are just saying, "Hey, help us remember her how you guys remember her." You know, just keep putting out those videos of the good times you guys had with her and let us end it like that. Unless anything shows from that, then they don't really want to feed into any of the extra nonsense. Right. So, I mean, that's about it. We're going to wrap it up. And if they have anything from tonight or if any other information comes out on this case or even from the little girl and her mother and her baby brother, in the accident. Well, see, what did you feel about that? Did you get to see that, or did you come in on this second part of it?
Yeah, I kind of came on the second part of it, so I don't really know like the first part of it or whatever.
That part of it, just briefly, it's a 30-year-old mom, been having alcohol problems. She's on the freeway speeding, got her 2 kids in the back, a 2-year-old and a 3-month-old, hits the center median, flips the car. The 2-year-old flies out of the car, loses her life. The 3-month-old is in the hospital with a brain bleed and a skull fracture. And she's basically saying it's an accident. It wasn't really her fault. They were buckled in, and they were also in a car seat and buckled in, but they're saying no, the little girl wasn't buckled in and no car seat. And the little one was in a car seat, but it wasn't buckled in. Don't you feel like she's responsible?
Yeah, sure. But nobody gets in their car and don't buckle their kids up correctly and just says, okay, I'm finna go out here and just, crash. I'm sure she probably thought she wasn't gonna get into a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? Me being a dad with kids, shit, I didn't put my son in the car seat real brief just to go across the street, in the car and just to come right back,
But drinking, and you already have a DUI.
None of that.
So to me, she's responsible. Do you think she would be responsible for like negligence or homicide?
Probably more negligence.
Negligence?
Because she didn't wake up with the intentions to get drunk and go kill, go and do it. She didn't wake up with the intention to do what she did. It just kind of happened along the day. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something that happened for her not being responsible, negligence, which, caused the situation. It's not like she woke up and was like, okay, at this time, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to plan it out like this.
She didn't plan it as it wouldn't be no first degree murder. Right. But would that be vehicular homicide? Because, if you're drinking and driving, you don't mean to hit another car or another person.
You want to know what? It depends on how much money you got and what your lawyer can finesse. As sad as that sounds.
Yeah.
Because you can get vehicular, you can get involuntary manslaughter, you can get, it's a list of things that you murdered somebody, but it's like the lesser charge of murder. You know what I mean? Like, involuntary manslaughter is one of the lesser murders you can possibly get, probably.
Right. Yep. LaKendra, you're saying, was anyone else present? I believe you're talking about with DJ D Baby. Not to my knowledge, they haven't expressed nobody else was there. It sounds like it was her and her girlfriend turning up. Possibly that can come out that they probably had other friends there, but what it sounds like is it was just them two. So, yeah. Jennifer was also wondering that. I haven't seen the video or heard about this woman. It's sad. Yeah, I'm going to be looking some more into it because I had a video of her parents actually speaking. And when I came on here, I'm like, where's the video? Where's the video? So I'm going to have to find that one of how positive her parents want everybody to be in this situation. So LaKendra says homicide when your parents ain't standing with you. It's a reason. Oh, because her mom says, she said when your parents ain't standing with you, because her mom gets on here and says, I believe my daughter should be responsible. I'm just being real. It's her fault. We've been through this with her. And so she gets on there, her face is bruised and she's like, it was an accident. I don't like how she's focusing on the wrong thing. She don't like how people are trying to say, oh, my kid flew through the window and my kid didn't fly through the window. That's not the issue at hand. The issue at hand is your 2-year-old isn't here. Your 3-month-old is in critical condition and you were drinking and driving. And this is not the first time. That's the issue at hand.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know about, I don't know then. That changes it up.
Yeah.
It was still not intentional, but they need to switch the laws up because it should be something else besides that, because it's like you didn't plan none of this shit out, but your the way you're moving right now is what caused all this. So what is that? Is that negligence? I guess that is, but shit, I need to be like,
it is negligence. But then, you know, I mean, if she gets the right lawyer, they can argue, you know, once you get to a certain point of being under the influence, you can't make rational decisions. So even her getting in the car, yeah, it was wrong, but she's not thinking that. She probably thinking, oh, well, you know, I can make it just around the corner. But then now you're speeding on the freeway. You know, it's just a lot. It would, you know, we would have to look into her background and her records, which I'm, you know, in the process of looking through. This happened not too long ago, so we'll see, because she's still out and they're still investigating. She's not in jail or anything. You know, they need to do investigation on her toxicity levels and things like that. So
yeah, but but then again, if you got priors and all that shit, that means that they didn't already jammed you up and already talked to you about this shit before. So if she's already got some shit that didn't happen before, just not like with the kids or whatever, then it should be a little more harsher, because
you gotta step it up.
Yeah, sure, yeah. That's
You
kids.
can't keep saying, oh, it was a mistaken accident, because we still don't know what's gonna happen with this 3-month-old. The grandma's like, I hope I'm not dealing with, you know, 2 at once. And then even if the baby does survive, what problems can he possibly have with a bleeding on the brain and a skull fracture? You know, that's not fair. You got a life lost and one possibly ruined because of your actions. It's not fair. So I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to get back to this, y'all, and I'll let you guys know if, you know, there's any updates on this, and we'll talk about it. So let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments. All right. Bye-bye.